Wait, so what am I just saying, welcome, or what this is, or?
Introduction of what this, they're not seeing you.
Okay.
It's recording.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the College Foundation North Carolina presentation presented by Ms. Sarita. We're going to get started here. If you have any questions regarding the workshop, you can contact the College Success Center or the Veterans Upward Bound office. And I'll turn it over to Ms. Sarita. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to say good morning to everyone and to thank Mr. Aaron Mabe for inviting me to come out and share information with you this morning regarding College Foundation of North Carolina. I basically want to give you an overview of the website to tell you about the many free resources that are available on CFNC and make you aware of all the tools and how it came about and how it came into conception. Let's talk about College Foundation of North Carolina first of all. College Foundation of North Carolina, CFNC, is basically just a brand name. A brand name that has no physical entity, no employees. It's just a name that was created by the partners that make up CFNC. CFNC came into conception back in August of 2000, and the partners decided to put all of their information in one central location. So if whatever you wanted to know about planning, applying, and paying for college, you would be able to find. The partners that make up College Foundation of North Carolina is the 16 UNC campuses, also College Foundation Incorporated, whom I'm employed by, which is a nonprofit organization chartered back in 1955. We have the 58 community colleges that make up CFNC. We also have the 36 independent colleges in the state of North Carolina that make up CFNC. And then we have North Carolina State Education Assistance Authority, which is a state agency that was established back in 1965. And last but not least, we have the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, which makes up all of the secondary information that you'll be able to find on College Foundation of North Carolina's website. College Foundation of North Carolina was basically created for first generational students so that they would have one central area to go to find out information about career planning, academic planning, college preparation, scholarships, grants, information about careers, the hottest, fastest growing careers, what colleges offer, what programs and majors. Also to be able to prep themselves for the various entrance tests that colleges and universities require across the country. But although it was created for first generational students, everyone is taking advantage of this free resource that's being made available to students within the state of North Carolina. As you can see from this second bullet, in North Carolina, college enrollment of low-income students increased by 4.9%, while nationally their enrollment decreased by 2%. In 1999, North Carolina was ranked 38. In 2008, we were ranked 22nd. And I'm pretty sure when the next round of statistics are done, that number is going to be even lower. And we feel as though a lot of that had to do with CFNC being available to the residents here in the state of North Carolina. College Foundation of North Carolina is more than just a website. We have technology and internet services. We have a wonderful call center that's available to anyone who wants to call in to get detailed information about something they've seen on the website. Maybe they're having a problem navigating through the website. Maybe they can't find some information, but we make our call center available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5 on Friday. We also have field resources, and that's what I am considering. I'm the senior regional representative for the College Foundation of North Carolina, and we have a total of 7 regional reps that cover the entire state, providing detailed information about the free resources that we make available on CFNC. So not only do we go to secondary and post-secondary schools, we go to community organizations, churches. Perhaps you have a company that has a education component attached to it and they want their employers or their employees, shall I say, to be familiarized or be familiar with the resources that are available in CFNC. We come out and we conduct presentations, doing lunch and learns and things of that nature. We want to make sure that everyone in the state of North Carolina are aware of the free resources that are available on our website. As of January 2014, these are the statistics that we have created regarding CFNC. We encourage everyone to create a CFNC account, which doesn't mean you can't access our information if you don't have an account name and password. The purpose for the account that we encourage everyone to create is so that you have a personalized portfolio and profile of your information. information that you've saved, information that you have discovered or that you have researched on our website, you can house it within your portfolio. As of January 2014, we had 5 million plus accounts established on our website. We also allow students to transmit their transcript electronically free of charge through our website. As of January 2014, we had over 1 million students who had taken advantage, high school students who had taken advantage of our transcript delivery. We also have visitors that come to our website on a daily basis, but they don't just come and leave. They spend about 9 minutes when they're visiting our website. We've had about over 13,000 of those since January 2014. And online admissions applications, we allow students to complete their admissions applications to any school in the state of North Carolina through CFNC. And as you can see, we had well over 3 million admissions applications submitted through our website. So we feel as though we've done a pretty good job of making sure that our CFNC resources made available across the state, but there's still so many different people who don't have a clue about CFNC and, believe it or not, have never heard of it, haven't seen a commercial, haven't read heard a radio advertisement, hadn't read an article in the newspaper. So we still have a lot of work to be done. This is just an overview of some of the areas that I'm going to be talking about this morning. How to go about planning for a career in CFNC, planning for high school and college through CFNC. Also, how to apply to college. How do you go about that on CFNC's website? Of course, this time of the year, everyone's talking about financial aid, how to pay for college, how to go about applying for scholarships, and who is the best candidate who will be receiving a grant or what have you. So we have detailed information about financial aid and the FAFSA application that one would be completed in order to be considered for financial aid. Of course, when you turn on the television and you're looking at the news, they're talking about financial literacy, the banks, the credit unions. So therefore, we have some wonderful, wonderful financial literacy tools that I'll be sharing with you a little bit later on. We also, College Foundation Incorporated, as well as the North Carolina State Educational Assistance Authority, we service and administer North Carolina's 529 plan, better known as North Carolina's National College Savings Program. And I'm going to speak about that too at the end of my presentation. One thing that we are very proud about is our Spanish language services. Because the Hispanic population has grown so rapidly here in the state of North Carolina, we have converted a lot of our information into Spanish. And of course, that's typically for the parents, because normally the students do have English as a second language. So they can request material, or they can convert the system from English to Spanish, of course, so that they can read the information that is on our website. And we've already talked about our toll-free number, where you can speak to specialists who are breathing with warm blood running through their vein. It's not recorded, but you actually get to speak to a person and ask any questions that you may have. Plan for a career. Our website is not geared just toward high school students and adults. It's geared towards students kindergarten through adulthood. And you may say, well, what in the world would a kindergarten need to know about planning for college? Well, we want them to start thinking about careers and being able to match careers with pictures. So therefore, we created something for everyone. Learn about yourself. That is assessment tools that I'm going to talk about. Career assessment, exploring careers, hottest, fastest growing careers, and of course, career focus and getting a job. Career clusters and career finder, comparing careers, and career plan builder can be found all under our Explore Careers module on our website. Students want to know what colleges and universities offer the career that I want to pursue. But before you even get into that, they want to know the facts about a career. What skills do I need in order to pursue a particular career? Is this career for me? I need to find out some detailed information other than what my aunt has told me, or my father who may be working in that profession, or someone that I saw on TV who works, who's on CSI. Their sovereign cases in 60 minutes, including commercials. Now, we know that's not realistic, so we want to let the student know, how much time do you typically spend in a lab looking at one carpet fiber to determine where this carpet fiber links back to? So we can provide them with that type of information. Comparing careers, sometimes students have multiple careers they want to pursue, but of course they have to narrow it down at some point in time. So we allow them to look at those careers at the same time, side by side, so they can determine what are the pros and the cons as far as what they're looking for in a particular career. And with that career plan builder, we tell them what courses they need to be focusing on to be better prepared for that career as early as high school and also into college. Planning for high school, we allow students, of course, to find out about what courses and electives they should be taking in high school to be better prepared for that particular career, and of course, to meet their graduation requirements and also meeting the interest requirements of that particular college and university. We give students information on how to succeed in high school right on through college, but we do start with high school. But of course, we don't leave you out once you get to high school, drop you by the side of the road. We pick you up and we tell you, okay, during your freshman year, this is what you should be focusing on during your sophomore year. So we want to continue working with the students, of course. We do have a tool that's called elearningnc.gov on our website. Keep in mind, we also provide information that none of the partners have any role in playing. NC Learning or learningnc.gov is a program that's implemented by the state of North Carolina, of course, through the government. And we have put a link on our website because we want the students and parents to be aware of this particular free service that's being offered to students kindergarten through college, where they can take online courses that may not be offered at their secondary school or their post-secondary school, but they can take the course online at their leisure in the privacy of their own home and possibly receive a college credit. Of course, that's going to have to be approved by their school, but of course, we want you to definitely be made aware of this service being available to you. And then of course you can go through CFNC's website and be linked or go directly to elearningnc.gov. North Carolina Career and College Promise. This is a program that's being implemented in the high schools today, and it allows students to take courses while they're in high school, but they are college credit courses. Has to be approved, of course, by their guidance counselor or the principal of their school, or perhaps the parent can initiate the interest of their child participating in this particular program. This was implemented by Governor Perdue when she was in office, and we want to make sure that our residents of the state are made aware of this particular service that's available to them. The student has to maintain a 3.0 GPA in order to be able to take advantage of these courses. If it's not offered at their base school and high school, then they are allowed to go to their local community college and take the courses during the day. They have to provide their own transportation, but of course they still are excused from being at their base school to go to that community college. Planning for college. We allow students to find out how to plan for college, and we want them to find this out early on, and we want to continue to keep them abreast of what they should be doing while they're in college. We allow students, of course, to explore post-secondary schools. So we have a link to all 110 colleges and universities across the state where you can take a virtual tour of those colleges and universities. Not everyone has the opportunity to visit the college campus. They will be enrolled prior to going, but sometimes students do get a chance to do that. If you don't have an opportunity to be able to take a tour, you can definitely take a virtual tour from CFNC's website and find out what the curriculum is on that particular college campus, the GPA requirements, what the minimum entrance score as far as your SAT or ACT is concerned. Also, we provide detailed information with every college or university, what types of services are offered to students who may have a physical or learning disability. Sometimes students have IEPs when they are enrolled in high school, maybe middle school, they might have had it as well. Colleges and universities still provide these resources when they go off to college. Students many times feel as though, well, once I'm finished with secondary school, I'm no longer going to be able to get these resources. There is a liaison on that particular college campus that will still assist them with their IEP and assist them along the way. So we want students to be made aware of that particular tool being offered. Do keep in mind when you're exploring post-secondary schools, we only have links to schools who are not for profit. Your for-profit schools will be something similar to an ECPI or Millamont Business School, perhaps a medical arts school. Nothing wrong with proprietary schools, which is what they are referred to. But because we are a free service of the state, we only have our 2-year, 4-year public and private institutions within the state of North Carolina on our website. So even though we only have 110, there's well over 110 colleges within the state of North Carolina. We also, one tool that I really like is exploring programs and majors. We want students to know what colleges and universities offer the program that they want to pursue. Sometimes students will choose a college based upon the fact Their parents graduated, they're alumni. Maybe they've been dating someone for a very long period of time and they just can't part ways, so they have to go wherever he goes or he has to go wherever she goes. We want students to know up front what programs and majors are offered. So say, for example, a student may want to pursue a career as an architect. They can go to our Explore Programs and Majors tool, type in architect. When they type in architect, the system will ask them, are you pursuing an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's, or so forth and so on. Once they specify which type of degree they are pursuing, the system will then allow them to know every school in the state that offers a program in architect. No one has time, I don't believe, to sift through all 110 colleges and universities. You only want to know those schools that offer the program and major that you're planning on pursuing. So that narrows your choices and that saves a great deal of time. When you know you have 5 schools to choose from, you want to look at those 5 schools. Find out what the requirements are to get into the institution at that particular school. Take a virtual tour of the college campus and see if it's a fit for you. So that program and majors tool is going to be very, very helpful. I'm going to talk about the entrance requirements a little bit later on because I do have a tool that refers to that. College preparation opportunities, search for programs that can help you prepare for college. This allows students to find out what types of programs they can be involved in, perhaps during the summer months, internships, volunteer work, camps that they can be involved in throughout the course of the summer that can better prepare them for their particular career. Also keep in mind there are scholarships that are available to students. You're going to see the amount that is charged to be in these different programs, but scholarships are many times available to students who want to be involved in things of that sort. We also have a tool called the Transfer Planner, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But let's talk about the college redirection. We've referred to it as our college redirection pool, and I don't have a slide that specifically talks about it, so I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what that entails. The college redirection pool is a recruiter tool that we have on our website that we open up on April the 1st and we close it on August the 1st. We refer to it as our late bloomers. Those students who may not apply for admissions in the fall when most students will do that. And we refer to this when we think about our seniors. Sometimes seniors get senioritis or what have you. And they don't think about going to college until their peers start speaking about where they've been accepted. And all of a sudden their light bulb goes off and they too want to go to college in the fall after they graduate from high school. Anyone can register through the college redirection pool. It's not just for seniors in high school. It can be, of course, community college students or students who are going to college for the first time. But what it allows is for students to possibly be recruited by a college or university in the state of North Carolina. They have no idea what college may recruit them because we've partnered with the majority of the schools across the state to leave slots available for those students who will be registering through the college redirection pool. So they could be recruited by a school that they had no interest in possibly going to, and then again, it might be a school that they were interested in possibly attending, but it doesn't leave them out. It's still a great possibility they can begin school in the fall like all of their other peers. But again, it opens up on April the 1st and it closes on August the 1st. Okay. We also have a tool on our website that's called Campus Single Point of Contact for Homeless Students. Typically when a student is in high school, there is a liaison at that particular high school and secondary schools that assist those students who are homeless. But those students sometimes get dropped by the wayside once they go off to college. We want students to know who the contact person is on every college campus from 2-year, 4-year public and private, so they can still receive assistance and so they can still receive guidance. If they go to that particular tool on our website, it will give them the detailed information as to who that person is on that particular college campus. College test prep. We also have the sample test for the ACT, the SAT, as well as the GRE on our website for students to prep themselves prior to taking these exams. Typically, your students would take the SAT or ACT in high school, and that's what we encourage students to do. If they go into a community college, of course, that's not required of them, but if they decide to transfer to a 4-year college or university, they may be required to take the SAT or provide their SAT or ACT scores. So we encourage students to take advantage of this test prep that we have on our website. And the great thing about our prep test is that it's not questions that we've made up, but these are actual questions that come directly from the exam. So it allows them to be prepared relieve some anxiety, go in with more confidence rather than less confidence, not knowing how the questions are going to be formalized and not knowing what types of questions they're going to ask, but they have an opportunity to get a handful of the questions and take the course as many times as they like. Of course, the GRE is for students who are planning on pursuing their master's degree, and our vocabulary builder has a total of 2,000 vocabulary words that will help the students with the verbal section of the SAT as well. We have a tool called the Transfer Planner. And the Transfer Planner is for our students who will be starting out at a community college and then later transferring to a four-year college or university. We created the Transfer Planner because we want students to find out early on what courses would transfer from that two-year college onto the four-year college. We don't want them to take courses that are not going to be accepted as a transfer course, and we don't want them to take a course that they're going to have to pay to take all over again. So the example that you see here is we are looking at someone who is enrolled at Wake Technical Community College, and they're planning on transferring to St. Augustine's University now. And we're able to let them know if the course that they're wanting to take, exploratory writing, is going to be accepted at St. Augustine's College. And we're able to tell them, yes, that course is accepted as long as that minimum grade is going to be a C or better. So we save a lot of time by students using this particular tool. We have partnered with all of the 58 community colleges. When I say we, I'm speaking of the UNC system schools and the private schools have partnered with the 58 community colleges to make sure that this does happen. So again, take advantage of the Transfer Planner so you can find that detailed information and be better prepared when taking these courses, knowing that they're going to be accepted by the schools that you wish to transfer. We're only able to let you know what courses are transferable to North Carolina schools. If this student is planning on going out of state, of course they will need to contact that school that they're going to be transferring to out of state. Financial literacy. This is a wonderful tool that we've added to our website. We probably had it on our website about going on 3 years now, where we talk about overspending, overborrowing, credit card debt, credit card theft. We want students to be able to make wonderful financial decisions and start out on the right foot. So therefore, we have created online financial literacy courses. We have the Financial Literacy 101, which is geared toward high school seniors and adults. We have the Advanced Money Management, which is geared toward community college students. The questions that are on the exams have been chosen by the financial aid administrators on that particular college campus. They can set defaults as to what types of questions they want to be asked. If they want students to be asked all of the questions that we created on the financial literacy course, if they want to focus on a particular subject. If the student takes the online course, which takes anywhere from about 45 minutes to 60 minutes, the Financial Literacy 101 and the Advanced Money Management, there are scholarships that are attached to it. They have to be at least 80% proficient on the course. If they are 80% proficient on the course, their name will be entered into a pool where we will randomly draw for $500 scholarships. The student's name can only be entered into the pool once, but it cannot be entered until they've been at least 80% proficient on the course. We also have Money EDU, and that's geared towards high school students who are in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, but there's no scholarships attached to that particular one. Only one that has the scholarships attached, Advanced Money Management, and the Financial Literacy 101. The student must have a CFNC account and password in order to use the financial literacy course. They don't have to complete it all in one setting. They can answer as many questions as they can in one setting, save it, come back, it'll pick right up where they've left off. But one thing I would like to remind students is that whether or not you are the recipient of the scholarship, the information that you're going to learn is going to be with you for a lifetime, and it's greater than that $500 reward if you do get one of the scholarships that are going to be offered. But just think of it as I am getting something far more valuable than $500. Of course, we did that so we can encourage students to utilize the tool, but take advantage of the information that's on the website. Applying to college, students, of course, can complete their admissions application online through CFNC. We have about 80% of the colleges across the state of North Carolina that exclusively want their admissions applications funneled through College Foundation of North Carolina. So in that instance, you don't have a choice of whether or not you use CFNC. So creating that CFNC account and password is going to be very, very important. We also allow students to transmit their transcript free of charge to any school in the state of North Carolina, as long as when they were enrolled in high school, their school was converted to NCYs. Of course, now everybody is going from NCYs to power schools, but the majority of the schools across the state of North Carolina were once NCYs. So even though they may have graduated several years ago, if that school system was converted to NCYs when they were enrolled, their transcript can still be pulled from CFNC's website. One thing that we're enhancing and that we will have available in the fall of 2014 is that when the student gets ready to request their transcript, they can actually see what's being sent to that college or university. So if there's any type of discrepancy, anything they don't agree with, of course, they can contact their counselor and possibly have a meeting and make changes or what have you. Of course, that change would have to be sent to the Department of Public Instruction. You can't change it on CFNC's website, but we just want you to be able to see what's being sent. Complete a practice application. We also want students to take advantage of that tool, which allows them to see what types of questions are asked prior to completing an admissions application. Many times, the first time a student has seen an admissions application is during their senior year when they're applying for school to go off this college in the fall of their freshman year. But we want students, of course, to be able to see that information up front, know what types of questions are asked. So the practice application, believe it or not, is 6 pages long. And that may sound like a lot of pages, which it is, but most college admissions applications are anywhere from 9 to 12 pages long. So we've cut it just about in half. Students can be recruited by college at any point in time from our website as early as middle school. Only thing they have to do is select what schools they want to be recruited by, and we send that request to that college. The college then will begin sending information to the student about their campus, their curriculum. Believe it or not, you will receive information from the alumni who graduated from these colleges expressing their experience while they were actually enrolled. So you get to talk to someone who actually experienced it, and they can tell you how it was for them. Keep in mind, we do have college application week every year. It's typically the 3rd week in November, where if students were to complete their admissions application through CFNC during that week, it's a great possibility that their admissions application fee can be waived. Of course, this is for high school students, high school seniors. But it's nothing like saving a few dollars on the admissions application fee, and they don't have to do it within the school day, but even though the school would allow them time to complete it, they can complete it in the privacy of their own home during that week, and we will, of course, because the colleges and universities have agreed to waive their application fee, it will be earned. Applying for financial aid. As I said earlier, this is a very popular time of the year when parents and students are completing their admissions, not their admissions, but their financial aid application. Most colleges in the state of North Carolina have a deadline of either March the 1st or March the 15th. So we have detailed information about the financial aid process, the financial aid basics, which consists of merit-based aid as well as need-based aid. Let's talk about grants and scholarships a little bit. We do have grants and scholarships on our website. The grants and scholarships that we have are geared toward North Carolina residents who will remain within the state of North Carolina and attend colleges. We do have some scholarships for students who may be going outside of the state, but it's just a small handful of scholarships for those persons. Most of them, again, are geared toward those who will remain here in the state of North Carolina. You have your merit-based scholarships, which looks at students' academics or any special talents that he or she may have, such as music, art, drama, and athletic ability. And then you have need-based scholarships, which looks at the student or the parents or the guardian's income to determine whether or not they show need. We also have information about student loans. However, we no longer, College Foundation Incorporated, no longer administer loans. We were known as the primary lending institution for the state of North Carolina for over 40 years. But when the healthcare bill was passed, it eliminated all outside lenders, so everyone borrows from the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program if their college or university participates in the loan program. Everybody has the same interest rate, everybody has the same rights and responsibilities of repaying their loan or what have you. So we just provide information on the rights and responsibilities and let the students and parents know what the process is in order to obtain a student loan through the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program. The first step, of course, in order to receive a student loan is to complete the FAFSA form. That application has to be on file, and we do have a link to the FAFSA form on CFNC's website. We put a link to the FAFSA form on our website for more than one reason. We wanted you to be able to access it access the application very easily. But we also did it because we don't want you to Google FAFSA. If you Google FAFSA, there's another site that will pop up in addition to FAFSA.gov. I'm not even going to give you the web link because you might remember that one and not the correct one. But if you get on this site, you won't know you're on the site until you've completed the entire application. The last question will let you know you're on the wrong site because it will ask you for your credit card or debit card number because they want to charge you $79.99 to get it, a free application. That lets you know it's not free and you're on the wrong site. So if you should forget the link, maybe you would think of CFNC, maybe you would think of College Foundation of North Carolina while you're sleeping and you say that's the website you go to, or check with your, of course, financial aid office. But in order for you to receive any type of financial aid, the FAFSA form has to be on file. The FAFSA form drives all grants. You've heard of the Pell Grant, the Community College Grant, the UNC System Grant, the Need-Based Scholarship, the Education Lottery Scholarship, so forth and so on. The FAFSA form drives all of the grants. So you don't have to seek a separate application in order to apply for a grant. If you complete the FAFSA form, you are applying for all grants. The school will let you know which ones you're available for or eligible to receive, of course. If you're considering, you want to be considered for scholarships, 99% of the scholarships require the FAFSA form to be on file as well. Student loans, even though that's money that you're gonna have to pay back or your parents at some point in time, that FAFSA form drives that. If you want to be considered for work study, the FAFSA form has to be on file. So we want everybody to just get into their mindset. I'm gonna apply for financial aid annually. This is something that has to be done on an annual basis. It's not just a one-time deal. And you never know, because you get financial aid or a lot of free money one year, that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be like that every year that you're enrolled in school. You won't know if you don't apply. And then most colleges do have what we refer to as payment plans. Not all community colleges advertise their payment plans. Sometimes it's a case-by-case basis, but your four-year colleges, they do advertise their payment plan. The payment plans are great, they are wonderful, and the reason why they're great and they're wonderful, for their four-year colleges and universities, they don't charge any interest. There's no credit check. It's just a one-time enrollment fee that's just normally $50 or less. You have to apply for the payment plan on an annual basis. It doesn't carry over to the next year, so you have to pay that enrollment fee each year you apply to participate in the payment plan. For example, let's say your expected family contribution is $2,000, but you don't have $2,000 set aside to cover that expense. But you do want to go to college. You're trying to figure out, well, how can I pay this? I have to pay it in one lump sum. You can always ask the financial aid office or the bursar's office, do you have a payment plan I can participate in? And if they have one, they would set your account up for typically 10 payments. The payments could begin before school starts. Sometimes they will start the payment in the summer because they want to assure that that account has been satisfied before you leave to go home for the summer break. So that payment could start in July, it could start in June, but let's hope and pray it starts in August when school starts back. So your first payment will be due in August and your last payment will be due in May. That would be 10 consecutive payments of $200. And that account is satisfied. You don't ever have to hear about it again. You don't have to worry about interest that accrue because no interest is accruing. So payment plans are very, very a great tool to take advantage of if you're concerned about paying interest or if you know for some reason it's not going to be approved because of credit, derogatory credit. We do have FAFSA Day every year, and I believe actually FAFSA Day was held here at Central Carolina Community College where we assist families with completing the FAFSA form. This is something that we do annually. Only thing we ask you to do is bring in your tax information and we will help you free of charge on an annual basis. Last but not least is North Carolina's 529 plan that we administer and service for the state of North Carolina. It was basically created so that families who wanted to set aside money at an early age for their children would be able to do so. In order to participate in the 529 plan that we administer for the state, you must make a minimum $25 contribution. Monies that you put in the program can be used at any college across the country as well as study abroad. It covers tuition, fees, room and board, books, supplies, and equipment. The monies that you put in are exempt from both federal and state taxes. Also, You determine who you want the monies to be given to. The person who opens up the account is the participant. You can assign a beneficiary when you open up the account, or you can be both the participant and the beneficiary. And when you begin to make withdrawals, you can decide on who you want to appoint as beneficiary. You can actually use the monies for yourself. If you want to save money for yourself to go to college, you can do that. When I say study abroad, the monies can be used for. Freshmen are normally guaranteed housing on campus, but after that it becomes a lottery system. So the student may not find campus on housing. They may not be fortunate enough to live in a dorm. If that's the case, you can use the monies that you've saved toward their apartment rent as well as their grocery, because that covers room and board. But again, the monies can be used at any college across the country as well as study abroad, as long as that school receives federal funding. Also, if the student were to receive a scholarship and not need the money that you have saved, you can withdraw the amount of the scholarship at no penalty, but you will have to pay taxes on the earnings, because we're hoping that out of the 14 different investment options that we have made available to you, that you're going to earn some interest on that money that you've been setting aside. Many states have 529 plans. Maybe you lived in Virginia or you lived in California and you were participating in the 529 plan in that particular state, but now you have moved to the state of North Carolina, so therefore you want to transfer your 529 plan to North Carolina's 529 plan. You can do that. Most states charge you about $50 in order to transfer it from one 529 plan to another. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would highly encourage you to speak with that particular state where you have the 529 plan to see what the penalty is for transferring it from one state to another. That concludes what I wanted to share with you this morning. I hope that I have enlightened you on the services that are provided by College Foundation of North Carolina and the tools that are readily available to you, and that you will be encouraged to go and set up a CFNC account and password in the future, and that way you will have total access to all the information and be able to create a portfolio for yourself as well as a profile. Thank you.